When it comes to high-end gaming laptops, the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i Gen 10 makes a striking first impression. Its combination of cutting-edge hardware, a premium metal chassis, and a blazing 16-inch 2K OLED panel positions it as a contender for serious gamers and content creators alike. Priced at around $3,200, the Legion Pro 7i Gen 10 offers performance that justifies its cost. But it isn't without a few caveats. After spending time with this machine, hear what stands out. At first glance, the Legion Pro 7i Gen 10 exudes a sense of purpose and durability. Its Eclipse black aluminum unibody chassis feels rock solid, resisting flex or creaks even when torqued or twisted. The overall footprint measures 14.33 times 10.86 times 1.04 inches, and it tips the scales at about 2.7 kilograms. Noticeably larger and heavier than many thin and light gaming rivals such as the Razer Blade 16 or Asus ROG Strix Scar 16. Still, those extra grams translate into a feeling of quality and rigidity. Rather than a flimsy plastic frame, visually, Lenovo leans into a military-inspired aesthetic. Hexagonal vents and customizable RGB lighting zones set the Legion Pro 7i apart. 4 distinct LED areas, located on the front edge, rear exhaust, keyboard deck, and the Legion logo on the lid, can be individually programmed. Via the Legion Space software, users can choose from lighting effects like rainbow wave, color flow, or solid colors. Fine-tuning speed and direction to match their personal setup. Port selection is comprehensive. On the left edge sits a Thunderbolt 4 port, alongside a USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 connector. The right side offers one USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 port, 2 USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 ports, and a 3.5mm audio jack. At the rear, you'll find a full-size HDMI 2.1 output and a 2.5 gigabits per second Ethernet jack. Wireless connectivity includes Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4. The absence of Thunderbolt 5 feels like a missed opportunity for future-proofing, given that some competitors have already begun to adopt it. Under the hood, the Legion Pro 7i Gen 10 we tested boasted an Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX CPU, 32 GB of DDR5 5200 MHz RAM, and dual 1TB PCIe 4.0 SSDs not configured in RAID. Graphics come courtesy of NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080, with a maximum power draw of 175 W, a combination that delivers class-leading performance in many scenarios. On Geekbench 6, the Core Ultra 9 275HX achieved a single-core score of 3103, outpacing machines like the Asus ROG Strix Scar 16 3017 and Gigabyte Aorus Master 16 2049. In the multi-core test, it reached 19,597 points, again, leading its rivals and eclipsing Razer Blade 16, which clocked in at 16,025. File transfer speeds were equally impressive, copying a 25 GB file sustained around 2030 MBs, compared to Asus 1841 MBs and Gigabyte roughly 665 MBs. Video transcoding with Handbrake took 2 minutes 21 seconds to convert a standard test file. Slightly slower than Gigabyte 2 minutes 17 seconds, but far ahead of the Razer Blade 16 3 minutes 5 seconds. This benchmark underlines how the combination of Intel hybrid core architecture and a robust thermal solution can sustain high performance during lengthy encoding tasks. The RTX 5080 GPU shines in real-world gaming, playing Crysis Remastered at its native 2560 x 1600 OLED resolution on very high settings, hovered around 90 FPS in dense forested areas and surged to 100,125 FPS in more open sections. Despite matching or exceeding many peers in raw benchmarks, Lenovo Legion sometimes lagged behind other laptops in specific titles. For example, Shadow of the Tomb Raider highest settings, Full HD 163 FPS, lower than Gigabyte 185 FPS and Asus 177 FPS, though slightly ahead of Razer. Shadow of the Tomb Raider 2K 101 FPS, well behind Razer 162 FPS and other competitors all above 110 FPS. Cyberpunk 2077 Ray Tracing Ultra 30 FPS at Full HD and 50 FPS at 2K. Noticeably underperforming relative to similar RTX 5080 implementations. Red Dead Redemption 2 Full HD. 109 FPS. Plenty smooth, approximately on par with Razer. Borderlands 3 Full HD 136 FPS, behind Asus. 156 FPS and Gigabyte 172 FPS. These inconsistencies point to the importance of thermal tuning, driver optimization, and power delivery. Fortunately, when the Legion Space Software Performance Mode is enabled, frame rates jump significantly. Shadow of the Tomb Raider climbs from 163 FPS to 205 FPS, RDR2. From 109 FPS to 126 FPS, and Borderlands 3 from 136 FPS to 178 FPS. The trade-off is louder fan noise, but for users seeking maximum frame rates, it's a worthwhile option. Under load, the P-cores averaged around 4.46 GHz at 71C, while the E-cores ran at 2.04 GHz and 64C. The RTX 5080 GPU stabilized around 1.6 GHz and 63C. A testament to Lenovo dual fan cooling setup. Lenovo equips the Pro 7i Gen 10 with a 16-inch 2560 x 1600 OLED display. This panel vibrancy is immediately apparent. Deep blacks, vivid colors, and exceptionally high contrast ratios give it an almost TV-like quality. Content that benefits from wide color gamuts, movie scenes in foundation. For instance, look astounding. Gaming textures, foliage, and effects in titles like Crysis Remastered feel more immersive than on standard IPS screens. This OLED panel delivers 138.9% of DCI-P3 color coverage, outpacing Razer Blade 16. OLED 144.6% in brightness at 465 nits versus 372 nits. The higher brightness makes outdoor use more feasible, though the glossy surface remains prone to reflections and fingerprints. A 240 Hz refresh rate combined with NVIDIA G-Sync support ensures smoother motion and reduced screen tearing in demanding titles, even if OLED response times are already near instant. Lenovo keyboard remains a highlight for typists and gamers alike. Keys offer satisfying tactile feedback without being mushy. Travel is moderate, and feedback is crisp. The numeric keypad's smaller right side layout requires some adjustment, but the primary typing area adheres to a conventional QWERTY layout. RGB per key lighting can be finely tuned via Legion Space, and animations appear bright and uniform. The large glass touchpad feels smooth under palm and registers clicks with a reassuring thunk, even if an accidental palm rests on it during gaming. Accidental clicks or cursor jumps are minimal due to effective palm rejection. Lenovo Legion Pro 7i Gen 10 combines a powerful Core Ultra 9275 HX CPU, an RTX 5080 GPU, and a stunning 2K 240Hz OLED panel in a premium aluminum chassis. While gaming performance occasionally trails behind similarly spec'd competitors, activating performance mode unlocks its full potential. The robust thermal solution keeps surface temperatures in check, and battery life, rare for a high-end gaming laptop, lasts several hours under mixed use. At roughly $3,200, this machine competes well against Asus. Gigabyte, and Razer in raw benchmarks, while offering a superior OLED display and high build quality. For gamers or creatives who demand a cutting-edge display, strong CPU performance, and the occasional necessary performance boost, the Legion Pro 7i Gen 10 remains a top choice, despite minor hiccups in out-of-the-box performance.